Hello again, and welcome to another episode of BanyoThoughts. And this is your host, Gian. And today we are going to talk about how to do a digital detox and why you should try it. Oh, diba? So I'm sure most of you guys are like me, who checks his phone, checks their phone every now and then. If there are any messages or if there's any notification, you immediately check it out. So we are all guilty of this, no? So hindi ito lang exception. So I think most of us are, especially growing up with digital device. You grew up with a digital device. You know how attached you can be with those digital devices, no? So let's first define what is digital detox. No, digital detox refers to just a period of time when you, for example, refrain from using any tech devices such as, I don't know, smartphones, computers, tablets, social media. For obvious reasons, di ba? Siyempre, paano yan? Paano may work ako? Kaya ako gumamit ng computer. No? So, i-define muna natin. No? So, hindi lang naman, it's just to being able to just, focus on real life situations lang. So like kung mga real life events, yung just being present in those real life events without any distractions, no? So of course hindi naman siya permanently. It's just to be able to do it temporarily. So just for a time or putting resistance or to it lang. You don't spend overly amount of time, and you utilize it only when it's related to something that's important because of your work or because of the kind of basta any important thing that's related to you, no? So, hindi siya necessarily because you like it lang. So no, define natin. Digital detox just refers to just a period of time when you refrain from using any tech devices. So, para lang makafocus ka on real-life social interactions. So, why do we all need to do a digital detox? So, if there was a study that was done by Nielsen, this is like an ad company, I think an ad or a research company. We actually adults spend 11 hours each day listening to, watching, reading, and interacting with media. Imagine 11 hours. There's only 24 hours in a day. That's practically more than half of your day already. Or it's like practically half of your day. You're just engaged in those things. It might be because it's work related, no? So but sometimes and many times, it's that we are just addicted to it, because we get this dopamine rush from checking our phone. And I studied this. I did this class with my personal development program called Kaizen, and then they talked about dopamine addiction, and then the cause of dopamine addiction is actually one of them is actually our mobile devices or devices, no? So if the moment you wake up and the first thing you check is your phone, then you're addicted to those. Then you have this dopamine addiction because you get a feeling of rush because if just knowing things lang na may you have these notifications or they have these messages, or if you check out your messenger, etc. So and that's the cost. And then what happens is that because you're constantly doing that, if we go through the research again, they realize that the technology can be a source of stress, and we all experience stress. Maybe because siguro hindi kasi nga you're looking at what's happening, what's happening to other people, what's happening to people around you, or what's happening to the news, and all these things are, some of them, if you check it out, it doesn't get filtered. It's overwhelming. Let's say, recently there's war in Israel, so you get overly affected by the war in Israel, and the prices of oil, right, this increases, and it's going to affect the basic commodities, and you'll be affected by it. So you start thinking of so many things, no? So, and you know that if the moment you start, if you have this addiction to devices, it actually affects your sleep as well. I don't know, but ever since, this is my personal experience now, but ever since I put my phone away for me, since I think August of this year, 2023. Like I put my phone not beside the bed, but I actually put my phone where I cannot see it. Um, I slept better. I don't know why, but I just slept much better. Hindi ko siguro, I don't know, hindi ko alam kung bakit, no? But that's for me up to now. It's always been the case. Pag charge ko lang siya somewhere na hindi ko siya ma-access, no? Because I wanted to spend the night sleeping and resting and recuperating from, a workout that I've done the day before, the day during that day or during that night, no? So it's really helped, no? And then there's studies that show that uh, the technology is interlinked with sleeping problems, depressive symptoms, stress level. So, and the moment you affect your sleep is the moment it affects the following day, you don't have extra energy, you don't have focus during the day, you get irritable during the day. So it snowballs from there, no? The other reason why we need to do a digital detox is it can affect mental health, no? Like I mentioned kanina, it's basically when you have too much technology or when you're so connected with technology, especially if it's your work, is you can now you can carry your work when you get home. Like siguro like 1950s or 1960s or 1970s or even the 80s, 90s pa, in the 90s na when there's no mobile devices yet, as good as they are now, you don't bring your work home. But now, because people can have access to you easily through your mobile device, let's say your workmate texts you about this thing, or your boss messages you in Slack because of this thing, you feel like, parang umuwi ka na sa bahay, parang nagtatrabaho ka pa rin. Or, pag nasa bahay ka na, work from home ka nga lang, parang feeling mo, bahay mo, hindi mo na-distinguish ngayon whether your home is now a place where you want to rest and where you want to work, no? So, nawawala yung distinguishing line. And it can affect your work-life balance because wala nang distinction, eh. You're eating with your family and then your phone rings and you talk to your boss, and then affected kayo sa pagkakain nyo together with the family, or you're taking care of your kid, for example, and then you have this message from your boss, or parang I don't know, it just makes it because of it's so useful. Don't get me wrong, it's so useful. Technology is so useful. It has many pros for it. But too much yun nga lang, we excessively use it, or we don't put this distinguishing line with it. It can affect the human interactions that we should be having. That should be the priority first, like listening to someone. And I noticed this, if you go when my family eats out in let's say in a restaurant, you would normally see majority of those eating, especially kung families, most of them are looking at their phone rather than talking to one another. At kaya nga ako, I personally made it into a practice that I really, when I'm with my family or when I'm with my friends, I put my phone inside my bag and I don't check it out. I put it on airplane mode so no one can disturb me, so that I can have full attention to the one talking, or the one I'm having, a nice conversation with, or coffee with, or dinner with, or lunch with, whatever. So, but I just want to be there, present in the moment, because naghirap kayong dalawa makita tapos you're just gonna pick your phone. Parang there's no sense in that. And I'm also trying to practice that, because as the founder of Experience Philippines, where we deal with authentic human connections, where I try to encourage people to do that, I should be practicing it myself, no? The other reason why we should do digital detox is because of social comparison. So, whenever what we see in Instagram and in Facebook, we look at always like, oh, so many good things happening to this person. And then you look at your life, bakit sa akin super miserable ang buhay ko? Parang walang nangyayari, parang pangat ang buhay ko compared to this other person. For obvious reasons, hindi naman lahat ng tao, all of us go through ups and downs. And I think I discussed this already in my previous podcast about navigating life's ups and downs. So all of us have ups and downs. No one's an exception, whether you're a celebrity or not, whether you're a politician or not. We all have our ups and downs. And then it's just so happened that people will not share, naturally will not share their downs in their social media page, especially if you're a celebrity, especially if you're an influencer. You mostly talk about things that the good things that are happening to you in your life. So it's when you look at that, parang you look at them and they're having happy lives, have driving these nice cars or going to this amazing places, eating in this nice restaurants. Kasi ikaw, wala, hindi mo gawa-gawa yun. You're looking at yourself, you look so, unfit and everything else. You feel miserable. Diba? You feel miserable. And that affects your mental state. So, but, and that's the reason why I say that, it's good to have a little bit of digital detox every now and then, because what you see in what you see in the social media, some of them are not are just the good things. They're also they're undergoing, the downs of life, no. So and we have to tame ourselves to compare, and I am guilty of that. In fact, right now really don't spend much time on any social media, to be honest. I just spend time with the community group that I have, which are all basically telling their life stories, their ups and downs, which is more realistic for me rather than spending time in social media. I only use social media for just messaging my friends and then just having like conversations with them and scheduling meetups, but that's about it. I don't really try to use Facebook or Instagram as much, and only I use it only for work, like for example for Experience Philippines, when you post something, or for my blog, or not blog, but for my Facebook page for BanyoThoughts, for example. That's when I just use it. But other than that, no, I don't use it. No, so and then I think it's also good to have digital detox because it I don't know. It's just like the idea of your fear of missing out, this FOMO kind of thing. When you see your friends all together and ikaw wala. So I have a friend who's like that. Na I'm not a friend, but I know someone who's like that. Na lagi siyang na-FOMO pag nakita niya sa social media na they're all together, tapos siya wala because busy siya sa ginagawa niya or hindi siya pwedeng lumabas, etc. etc. So, and that can lead to another, like, I don't know, mental health issue, and parang feeling mo you're kawawa or something like that. But I think I don't think that's I don't know. You think that's a good thing, Pero hindi ka totoo naman, hindi ka naman kawawa. It's just that you have different priorities. So, and that's the reason why I think it's good to have a bit of a digital detox, no? So here are the signs, no? I think here are some signs that you might need, to do a digital detox. So don't get mad at me for, but just to share it, no? So first, if you feel anxious or stressed out that you cannot find your phone, it's probably a good time to start doing a bit of a digital detox, no? That's one, no? So another one is you feel like you're compelled, to check your phone every few minutes, no? Parang kailangan, may nag-message sa akin, may nag-message sa akin. So I think it's a good time to start, doing digital detox. Another one probably when you feel depressed, anxious, or angry after spending time on social media. Parang yung feeling mo after nag-spend ka dun, parang lalo ka pa nainis. Hindi ka naging happy, inis ka pa. So, probably it's a good time to start, mag-digital detox ka muna, no? Another one, I would say, you are too preoccupied by liking, commenting, or, commenting on posts of people. Parang you're parang lagi mo lang ginawa, wala kang ginawa kundi mong araw mag-comment, mag-like, mag-share. Like that's a pretty much good sign na kailangan mag-digital detox din. You're afraid, of missing out something very important pag hindi mo chinek yung phone mo or yung device mo. Yan. That's a sign na kailangan mo ng digital detox. Pag matutulog ka na, you're gonna sleep already, but you still on your phone, and you stayed very late already, madaling araw na, you're still in your phone, that's a sign that you need to do digital detox. And maybe the last one, I would say that if you have trouble concentrating, like so you're working and then hindi mo kailangan mo talagang kunin yung phone mo, i-check pa rin. Ito nasa work ka na, you're in the work mode already, but you still have to constantly check your phone. then I think it's a good time to start doing your digital detox, no? So how do you do? So okay, sabihin natin, you're granted that you might need a digital detox based on the science, no? So the question is, how do you do digital detox now, no? So I think it's not for me, it's not ideal to just like go cold turkey like wala kang galing, like you're not gonna use it. I think you just need to put resistance. So for obvious reasons, if it's work related, you cannot do complete digital detox, but you can put resistance to it. Like I can cite to you a friend of mine who um who does who created a strategy to do digital detox based on what he needs or because of circumstances he has to go through. I'll give you an example. So, ginawa lang niya para lang maging consistent siya because of work, because he has a lot of work. Nag-set lang siya ng rules on when to do digital detox. One, when meeting his family, let's say when you're spending time with his family, he would actually leave his mobile device inside the car. If people are gonna get in touch, then people are gonna get in touch. But for that time, that he wants to spend time with his family, he wants to spend his time with family 100% without any distractions, listening to their stories, having conversations with them, being there for them. That's one strategy. Nilagay na siya ng limit. You can put limits to it, like another resistance, meaning you can only check your phone. He only checks his phone 3 times during the day, and that's after work. Let's say ang work niya ends at 9 o'clock 8 in the evening. After 8 in the evening, that's the only time he checks his phone. So na yun, may schedule or may resistance na siya. And then kung mag-check man siya ng digital device niya, it will only be related to work. Which is kind of cool, diba? Like, ginawa niya parang, okay, hindi lang to check Facebook or anything that, but only work-related stuff, no? Na something, so that, kasi his work is really mostly on coaching. So, creation of outlines and notes for the coaching classes. So, and then that's why he has spent time in the computer. So, research work, no? So yun, those are the some examples of how you can do digital detox by understanding it should be realistic, no? Meaning it's based because of your work. Kung kailangan mo talaga. But maglalagay ka lang ng limits lang. Like yung friend ko, naglagay lang siya ng limits na when he has to do it, or naglagay lang siya ng like, okay, pag kasama yung family, no checking on the phone. In my case, ganun rin ako. Like, when I meet a friend or a family, I put my phone immediately on my bag. So I always carry a bag, so I don't so that I can focus on the conversation more. And another example is like, if I'm going to go to bed, I leave my phone on my work desk, and it stays there until the following day. I will not check it out I will not have it beside my bedside table. And in the morning, that's not the first thing I check out. Kasi usually, some people, they check out if may nag-message sa kanila. In my case, I don't. And first thing I do is I meditate first. Yeah. That's the first thing I do. I meditate. I write my journal in the morning. Because those are the two most important things for me, setting the tone of the day. So I created those limits, no? I think those are just like some examples. You can have apps that actually prevent you from accessing like sites you like, or applications that will you can't access Facebook or Messenger or any Instagram or social media sites. It really depends on you, how you organize or how you want it, or how deep the digital detox. Some people can go like they want to go on a retreat, and then they will not bring their phone because they just want to spend time meditating or spend time with their family or spending time with themselves without any digital distraction. So do something that will work for you. In my opinion, it's just put resistance to it. If you cannot leave it talaga, like have a schedule when you're gonna check your mobile device. In the community group that I have, the personal development community group that I have, there is in fact mga we call it the iron will, where people are, you don't need to be consumed, but parang no social media for you. Talagang you set a number of days na wala kang social media, or you don't watch Netflix at all, or you don't want you don't play any games. You remove all your games. So just to be able to focus on the goals that you created for yourself. Kasi yun ang ginawa ko sa sarili ko. The reason why I'm not doing this in social media is because if I notice myself that I spend more time, like kahit na 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, especially mindless scrolling, nagiging mindless scrolling na lang siya, that you realize na 30 minutes ka na. That's 30 minutes out of my own time that I could have done making another podcast, reading an article, listening to this audiobook that I'm learning, or learning a language, or practicing my Spanish, for example, or writing my novel. So parang sayang lang. So might as well, focus on the more important things that can make me that 1% better on the day-to-day basis. So yun lang. So I think that's about it. So just to recap, like if you ever going to go on a digital detox, I might as well siguro have like your family know that you're doing a digital detox rin. So maybe that can be a good opportunity to let them know. Parang they can support you. But yun lang, if ever you feel that you need to do, if you're like I showed you the signs of probably you need to do digital detox, and if you're gonna be doing a digital detox, might as well do something simple first, like put a schedule to it lang, or like in practice ko muna na leaving it on whenever you're with family, you're eating dinner together, iwan mo lang sa kwarto mo yung mobile device mo, so that you can be more mindful and be present in the moment when you're with your family or your friends, no? And I don't know, another strategy, but ato, just ano ko lang to, dagdag ko na lang. But if ever you're gonna do digital detox, maybe you can track it as well. I don't know, you write it down and see whether parang mo hashtag marked safe day 1. Pwede mo gumawa ng ganun, no? So that's what some of my friends are doing, no? So they do hashtag marked safe day 1, day 2. So parang you just track your progress na you did not break any of your commitments on digital detox. So that's about it for our episode today for BanyoThoughts. I hope you guys learned a few things about, doing a digital detox for oneself, especially if you are very keen and, hungry to do your goals and to accomplish them. It's a very, very good strategy to implement, especially in this time where we are overly stimulated with attention and social media and, things that are happening in the digital world. No? So I hope you guys like this episode. If you do like it, please do share it to someone, or follow me in Spotify and also on Instagram or in Facebook's BanyoThoughts by Gian. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.